Welcome to Fiery Femmes, the podcast where high achieving women build wealth, redesign their careers, and create lives with real freedom. I'm Sheena, an accredited investor, former tech sales professional, and the founder of Fiery Femmes. After a decade across global SaaS, startups, and my own reinventions, I realized the most powerful thing a woman can have is optionality. So, in every episode, we explore the future of work, the psychology of wealth, and the practical strategies that help women build careers and lives that evolve as fast as they do. If you're listening to this, chances are you've spent most of your life climbing. Climbing careers, climbing expectations, climbing goals your younger self once prayed for. But at some point, usually quietly, something shifts. You get the title, you get the salary, you get the life you once worked so hard for. And instead of feeling done, you feel something else. You feel a pull towards something different, something more aligned, something with meaning, depth, freedom. Welcome to the Reinvention Era, the part of your life that doesn't follow a ladder but a compass. We're closing the future of work and wealth arc by talking about what happens after the climb and what it looks like to design your next decade with intention. Achievement is so addictive. You hit one milestone, and before you can breathe, you set another and another and another. I was talking to a business owner this morning, and she is about to hit her financial goal. And I asked her, how are you going to celebrate after you hit that financial goal? How are you celebrating? And she goes, oh, I guess to set another goal. And so essentially, she won't really stop to celebrate and recognize her achievement, but instead, she was just going to move forward and set another goal and work towards that goal again. Achievement without alignment eventually feels empty. It's the, is this it moment? The restlessness, the boredom inside the perfectly fine life, the whisper that says, you were made for more, or at least made for something different. This isn't a crisis, it's an awakening. Your reinvention era doesn't start when something breaks. It starts when you realize the version of you who climbed the ladder is not the same woman who will build what comes next. As women, we don't reinvent once. We reinvent in cycles. And here are the 3 identities that you move through. The performer. This is the version of you who followed the rules, worked hard, achieved, collected the gold stars, built credibility. She is valuable, but she isn't the whole story. The questioner. This version asks, what do I want now? What still fits? What feels heavy? What feels exciting? This identity is uncomfortable, but necessary. Last is the creator. This is the woman who builds the next chapter. Not from pressure, not from fear, from intention. She designs her version of work, wealth, and freedom deliberately. You are not stuck. You're transitioning between identities. Here's the truth. Reinvention doesn't mean walking away from everything you built. It means letting it support your next version. Your experience, transferable. Your network, reusable. Your skills, reclaimable. Your ambition, sharpened, not wasted. Everything you've done so far is the foundation, not the limit. So, once you've proven to yourself, to employers, to society, to your family, something powerful happens. And the question shifts from how do I achieve more to how do I live better? Better can mean more freedom, more time, more purpose, more autonomy, more experiences, more peace, more abundance, and more self-expression. Your next decade can be shaped by your values, not your resume. You're allowed to choose alignment over applause. To end this arc, here's your final prompt. What do I want my next 5 years to feel like? Not what you want to achieve, what you want to earn, what you want to feel. Because feelings lead to priorities, and priorities lead to decisions. Decisions build your next identity, and that identity shapes your next chapter. Write down the top feelings you want your future to revolve around, and let those feelings guide your reinvention. You've climbed, you've achieved, you've proven. Now, you get to create. Your reinvention era isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of a life built with clarity, freedom, and intention. Thank you for being part of this arc. If this episode spoke to you, share it with a woman stepping into her next chapter. And tag Fiery Femmes if you do the 5-year vision exercise. I'd love to witness what you build next. Thank you for listening to another episode of Fiery Femmes. If this resonated, share it with a woman in your life because we rise higher when we rise together. Don't forget to follow and review. It helps more women access the tools and conversations that build wealth and confidence. For more career and financial empowerment, come hang out on Instagram and YouTube at Fiery Femmes. I'll see you in the next episode.